So, what got you two into fashion?
I would say I started getting into fashion around high school. Um, at my high school, we didn't have any like fashion classes, obviously.
Mm.
So I did more marketing classes, but I learned a lot about retail in those marketing classes. I would go to Nashville Fashion Week every year. So that kind of sparked my interest in it. And when I was at my Sea Blue tour here, I found the Colonel magazine. So I came into college like knowing about Colonel and wanting to be a part of it. So
I just have always liked fashion since I was little. Like, I mean, obviously back then my fashion probably wasn't as. I mean, it was, fashion back then was weird. You had Justice and stuff.
mm-hmm.
Do you know what that is?
Mm.
Okay. It was this girl store that everyone shopped at. And I don't know, I just always liked clothes since I was little. My grandma really shaped my fashion. She would always take me shopping. She has a closet full of shoes. So I really props to my Nana because she really did
She put you on.
she shaped my shopping addiction. We'd always go shopping together. Like that was our way of hanging out. And I just always loved dressing up. In my elementary school, I had uniform. So it was so fun when I didn't have to go to school and I could dress up and pick out all these new clothes because it was kind of like a treat because I was so used to a uniform. And then in middle school, I was so excited because I didn't have one anymore. And I don't know, I've just always been super into it, like into YouTube and stuff like that. And it's just become like easy for me. I don't know. I don't look at it as something that's hard. I look at it as something that's just fun to do.
Yeah.
And I always have liked looking at other people's fashion. I just think it's super interesting and a way to express yourself.
Yeah, fashion definitely is a good way to express yourself, like it is with music
Mhm.
or just art. Like I kind of look at it like a
It's
form of
yeah,
art.
kind of my creative outlet.
Yeah.
And
For
there's
sure.
so much that goes into the industry that people don't realize.
Yeah, and I think it's just so cool to hear designer stories, even just like thrifting. There's so much that goes into it. Also, yeah, my mom's kind of shaped that because she's always taken us thrifting when we were little, like to Goodwill and stuff. So a lot of it's just from family and just looking at your environment too is really important.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because, I went to Manual.
Ugh. The
And so, Manual's a pretty creative school.
red school.
Yeah, his high school was my rival.
Yeah, I went to Mill. That was-
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
I was always around people that were really fashionable there too, and like VA and the visual arts magnet and stuff like that.
I almost went to Manual. I almost wanted to go there. My sister went to No, and it's like kind of like a feeder school for
Mhm.
Manual. But then I was like, I don't know about that. I just somehow ended up at Mill, which was a great decision, I believe.
I don't know. I almost ended up at Barrett, and then I would have ended up at Mail.
You
But
you went to the better school.
I went to the better school, but my dad went to Mail, so he kind of wanted me to go there. But I always knew I wanted to go to Manual since I was little.
So
But yeah.
I know. So growing up in Nashville, what type of fashion did you usually see
Right.
around?
Well, Nashville just started getting hot like a
Right,
couple
it
years
really
ago.
did.
Like it
Mhm.
didn't used to be a big of a deal as it is now, but I guess just where I grew up, everyone would wear like the Miss Me jeans and the cowboy boots, just like the
Nashville has that style. Like I think of Carrie Underwood style.
That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. That
like
too,
the
a little bit country, yeah.
stereotypical.
That's how it
country
used to be.
style.
Carrie Underwood. What would they wear to the CMAs?
Yeah, but I would just say just recently, Nashville's fashion scene has definitely improved. The Nashville Fashion Week that I went to 2 years ago had like a top designer there, Anna Sweet, and she showed her collection there. So I would definitely say that it's like upping their game.
So what is the Nashville fashion week? I never even heard about that. Is that kind of like their version like New York Fashion Week, or
Yeah.
like how does that usually go about? Like what type of events usually take place during that week?
Well, it's obviously a lot smaller than all the other fashion weeks, but it's definitely getting better and better every year. It's like a weekend. Like it starts on a Thursday and then goes throughout the weekend, but they have different like cocktail parties at night and they'll have
Ew.
shows during the day. And they'll have like different like celebrities come in. So Fern Malice, she actually created New
Who's
York
that?
Fashion Week.
Okay.
And this is like a side note, but I'm like weirdly obsessed with coffee table books, and she wrote this coffee table book and she signed my copy.
Ooh.
Yeah, but she was on a panel with Anna Sweet, and Gigi and Bella do runways for Anna Sweet. So
Okay.
she's like a top designer. So Nashville's definitely improving on that aspect.
Nashville's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm clueless. I don't know too much.
Have you not been to Nashville before?
Oh, I have. It's
Talking about the fashion part.
I'm talking about the coffee table book.
Oh, the coffee table.
Okay,
What is that?
let me just start.
What is that?
Okay. So a coffee table book, it's sometimes a lot of words, but mostly it's a lot of pictures. So they're these huge books, and they're usually pretty expensive, but they're these huge books, and you create a display on your coffee table of these books. So I have Fern Malice's, and then I have Virgil Abloh's from his exhibit in Chicago at the Modern Museum of Art. But I like not necessarily like reading them, but
She just likes the way they look.
just the way that they look on the table.
It's a girl
aesthetically
thing.
pleasing.
Yeah, a lot of YouTubers do it.
Mhm.
I just throw magazines, because they're cheap. So if you have like a Vogue magazine, you can do a little coffee table thing with. People do it with vintage magazines or old copies of magazines too.
Okay. What's some of y'all like favorite like fashion magazines that y'all like to look at? Or
I
coffee
like
table
Harper
books?
Bazaar.
I like a Net-a-Porter magazine or Net-a-Porter.
Is that French?
Yeah, but
Another Porte.
It's kind of
not like me, Porter.
Porter, yeah.
Porte. It's Rachel Porte.
Rachael Porte, yeah.
but it is similar to like Vogue and Harper's Bazaar and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm kind of more like I like online publications too. Like I like looking at GQ, even though it's more for men. I think they have really good video production.
Yes.
They do.
One thing that magazines definitely do well is their YouTube channels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we started seeing. I know like GQ does that thing where they do like questions with celebrities.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like the one they did with Travis and Kylie.
Mm-hmm.
They did one with
They
Nip
won
in London before
Lil
he
Uzi.
died. Uzi, yeah, they do. Like, they do some
Like
cool
5
stuff.
things they can't live without.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
be doing that too. Yeah.
Elle magazine does. I think it's Elle. Don't quote me on that, but they like interview celebrities about what they eat in a day.
Mm.
And
Didn't
that's
they just
really
do that with
interesting.
Kylie?
Yeah, they did it with Gwyneth Paltrow too. So that's pretty interesting.
And I think they do. They take in singers and they give them a word and they have to come up with a lyric that goes with it.
Really?
I think that's Elle magazine, but those are always really fun because you
Mhm.
think it's easy and then they give you a word and you're like, wait, I don't know a lyric off the top of my head that goes with it. It's good. You should watch it.
I should.
What do you like to read or watch on YouTube, Mr. Kendall?
y'all flipping the script. Y'all asking me questions now.
Right. You can't be one-sided.
I mean, this is my show, but hey, I'm open.
Sorry, I'm used to taking the lead.
Hey, it's all right. I like watching stuff like basketball, YouTube. I used to watch like Call of Duty videos when I was younger.
Do you watch anything fashion related? Or how do you keep up with like your fashion news?
Yeah,
If
your
you
your
keep up
friend
with
group's
anything.
fashion is fire. Like,
Oh,
you know it.
just,
Y'all
just
have,
my friend group, or
I said you and your friend group.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, dang, I don't get no props too. I mean, I don't think I'm a best dresser, but I can.
No,
dress
but
a
y'all
little
know how to
bit.
step out.
I mean, I get my stuff from like Instagram, like
Mhm.
seeing people like wear clothes, like you said, like just seeing other people like wear different type of clothes, and get
Mhm.
inspired by that music, and see like what kind of artists, what are they wearing, what else
Right, yeah.
and like just I don't know, I kind of like express my fashion now more so like how I'm feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and like just express, like you said, it's a way to express yourself. It's like a form of art, so that's why I kind of like get my fashion stuff from.
Who's your favorite like influencer? Like who do you like?
And fashion.
Mm-hmm.
It could be an artist too, like a rapper or a basketball player.
Who was it?
Because some basketball players have good style.
They do. Some of them
Mhm.
do. I'm trying to think who. Because I don't really know who was like the person that like they said like, dang, I want to dress like that.
I like
guy.
D'Angelo Russell's style, not just because
D-Lo.
he's from Louisville, but I mean, I think he has good style.
I think Rocky. ASAP Rocky when I.
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
He was like one of the first rappers I really saw that like kind of like had like a good fashion sense.
Oh yeah, like that was different.
Yeah, it was like I seen that at a very young age and kind of like developed off at Kanye. Obviously, he got
Yeah.
good fashion sense.
Yeah.
Travis, I like his fashion too. Pharrell, he's good
Mhm.
at fashion. Who else I really looked at? I'm like, man, yeah, that's a good question. Drake, I kind of like
I love Drake's
yeah,
fashion.
Drake got like his own style. Like it's kind of like a subtle like gentleman type style most of the time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like
clean.
that.
It's very
Yeah.
clean cut.
Michael B. Jordan, he got good
Mm.
style. I like So those type of guys.
Stop, I'm blushing.
Oh. This mentioning his mere name got y'all just and heat over here, God.
I like Miguel's fashion.
Oh, Miguel, he can dress. Yeah, Miguel, he can dress too.
He was our inspiration for our resort shoot.
Miguel.
Yeah.
I didn't. Was it from a
Skywalker,
Skywalking video?
yeah,
I was about to
and-
say it was a Skywalking.
Yeah,
video?
that's where I got the info from.
That's dope. That's real dope. So I know you all have a podcast. That's why y'all return at the table and trying to ask me questions.
We can't help it. We're curious.
That's how I am in real life too. I hate talking about myself.
Really?
I just keep like, if I go hang out with somebody, at the end of the time, my mouth is dry. I'm like, because I've just been talking. So I'm
talking.
like,
Same.
tell me about you.
That's why you have water. Hey, that's why you always have water with you. I do the same thing.